I'm Nelson Pereira from BNet TV. Welcome to the Mobile World Congress 2010 in Barcelona. And with us is Kenneth. How you doing, Kenneth?
Very good. It's been a great show, so it's doing very well. Yeah.
Kenneth, can you please tell us the name of your company and what is your company does in terms of the mobile world?
So the company name is TelcoBridges. What we develop is called media gateway hardware, and what that does, specifically relative to mobile providers, is it allows them to take phone calls both from internet protocol phones, such as Skype and others, and have those connect to users' cell phones. So we provide the hardware that makes that possible.
So what was impossible before in terms of handling the voice communication or the voice over IP communication, you're actually providing a gateway for them to actually access that.
Correct. So what our product does, it does two things. One is it does the signaling, because a traditional phone network or a mobile network has a specific way of setting up and tearing down phone calls. So we take care of that translation, if you will. And then the way that audio is compressed on a regular phone line or over a mobile network, and particularly over the internet, again, client like Skype as an example, they all have different ways of compressing that information. So what our hardware does is it speaks, if you will, both of each of those different languages to make sure that the software client like Skype gets the voice media in a format that it knows how to deal with, and vice versa.
There's such a thing as a delay time. I mean, there's such a thing as a delay time in terms of how this is done. There's no way you can do it through software. It has to be hardware based, because you have to deal how fast and how the delay time between a regular voice connection and a regular voice or IP connection need to interact with each other. It has to be hardware based in order to actually be high performance.
Correct. The kinds of things we're doing, you could, if you wanted to, do some of that on a regular server, a PC server running Windows, for example. But at some point, you're going to hit a performance ceiling, and as you said, the only way to get to it is with dedicated hardware logic, and that's something that we actually develop internally. Is the brains, if you will, that tells the system how to take the calls from one world and make them usable in the other world, but in a very short time frame, so that you're not getting those audible gaps when somebody's talking on the phone.
So is this is your company actually, yes, they evolved building this new infrastructure for actually it has to happen, because not everything overnight is going to move to regular voice over IP from the analog world. Right. This creates a bridge for them to deal with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I mean, at the show we hear a lot of talk about LTE, which is an IP-based infrastructure for mobile, and you'll hear as well about IMS. But the reality is that for a very, very long time, you're going to continue to have legacy public switched infrastructure using technologies such as TDM, and no carrier is going to throw out what they already have if it already works. It's much more effective for them to, until they really need to make the leap, for them to bridge the gap using products such as ours.
And what is your market out there? I'd say United States, Europe?
The world. We've had a lot of traction in Asia. We provide products that do both core media gateway, but also allow them to create value-added services like ringback tones, IVR, prepaid, postpaid calling, and so we've had a lot of attraction initially in Asia, and have been growing that into Western Europe, as well as South America and Central America as well. So yeah, very worldwide in scope.
Well, thanks very much for spending time with us, Kenneth. And actually, this is very enlightening, because this is needed in terms of the operator out there to make the reality happen. You cannot just say, well, it can only happen this way and we can make it work. No, what is the hardware behind it to make it work?
Yeah, exactly.
Very good.
Thank you, Nelson. Cheers.
And this is Nelson Pereira from BNet TV. Thank you for coming.